Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Railway Empire 2. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about $50. There is a deluxe edition for $60, and there are 4 paid DLCs available. And I'm going to get this out of the way right now. 3 of those 4 paid DLCs are simply PDF documents, and they are official guides. One is for a compendium, one is for an engine catalog, and one is for a mission guide. Each one is $6 a piece. So you're paying $18 in DLC to access 3 PDF files. Are you kidding me? Seriously? That's a bit of nickel and diming BS right there. So, sorry. Anyway, if you want to pick them up, great. I cannot support that kind of behavior. Railway Empire 2 is pretty much like the first one. It doesn't make a whole lot of new changes. That will upset some people, considering the price of this game. Others may go, oh, it's more Railway Empire. That's fantastic. I gotta have it. Mileage will vary there. When you do start a new game, you'll have an access to campaign. There is a custom game, scenarios, and a sandbox mode. And for the most part, they mimic what is available in the first one. Custom game, you can pick between different maps, West Coast, East Coast, United States, although you can just do other parts of the world, like there's Europe and different places that you can go to, and you can specify, I want to start in New York, or I want to start here, I want to start there. It's up to you. I love that. You can also set your starting year, 1830, and that goes all the way up to 1910, and that it doesn't look like a whole lot, but when you actually look at the research tree in game, it's fairly significant because it is a very, very, very large tree. In addition to a custom game, like I said, there is a sandbox mode. You pick your map there as well. Once you pick your mode, you'll be able to choose a character. There's the engineer, for example. The engineer has 2 positive abilities and 1 negative ability. There's the gangster, same thing. The entrepreneur, the professor, the general, the lady, and so on. So you're going to pick a character that suits you best, and they have positives and negatives. And you'll be able to, at least in the custom game, if I just pick, there we go, you'll be able to choose your difficulty. There's normal, advanced, expert. There's no easy mode. Even though there's a set of customizable options over here to the right, there's no way to set it below, say, 100%. So track construction costs are either going to be normal at 100%, or they're going to be more expensive. There's no way to make everything cheaper or easier than normal. I hate when games do that. It's like they figure, oh, normal is the easy mode. No, normal is normal, and I would like the option to cut railway costs by 50%, whatever. I just think that's an oversight on the developer's part. There is multiplayer in this game, but it is strictly co-op. You'll provide your friends with a join code, they come in, they can build rails and help you, they can help manage your company. Unfortunately, there's no PvP in the sense that, one player has a company, another player has a company, and you're competing to be more successful than the other one. There's none of that. It's strictly a cooperative experience. That doesn't bother me a whole lot. I wasn't able to test multiplayer only because I didn't receive a second key for this game. So multiplayer, I don't know how stable it is, but there is a cooperative mode available, and that supports up to a total of 4 people. Once you get in-game, you're going to have a wide variety of information at your fingertips. New players may be a bit intimidated by the interface because there's a lot of information to access. New players shouldn't have any problems. In the upper left-hand corner, just to start things off, you'll have access to a couple of different overlays. You'll be able to see all the different lines that you've created up to that point. You can zoom to them, you can make edits. Let's say you want to add a train to this particular line, or let's say that you've just unlocked a brand new spanking train and it's so much better than that little grasshopper that you started with, and you want to upgrade your trains. You could totally just access these lines and make the changes as you need to. And then there's a city list that allows you to zoom to various cities on the map and overall, you can actually see what they produce. Typically, most of these cities produce one resource, and by connecting them to other locations, they'll be able to supply each other with the things that they need. You can also see how big their population is at that point in time. These cities will grow. The inhabitants will demand various goods, and the more goods you supply a city, the more it grows, and that's good for you. There's also a flow of goods section where you'll be able to click on a commodity, say corn, mail, passengers even, and you'll be able to hover your mouse over a particular city and see what is coming and what is going, what's demanding what. For example, if you click on the passengers button and you hover over a city, you'll see that it's sort of like branching off all over the place because those passengers want to get to other places. Whereas if you focus on, say, a little wheat field and you click on the wheat commodity, you'll see an arrow only going one way. Why would a farm that's growing wheat want wheat? You know what I mean? Or grain. So you'll be able to use this flow of goods overlay to quickly get a feel of where things are being produced, where things are going, that kind of thing. I don't use it all that much because I'm limited by, distance between locations, but it's still nice. You can also toggle on train utilization and toggle the contour lines. And contour lines are important because it costs a lot of money to actually dig tunnels and make bridges. So you really need to go along with the shape of the terrain. Super important if you want to save money in this game. In the upper middle of the interface, you'll have access to a lot of your company information, employees, all that good stuff. You can even see your current multiplayer code so that you can invite people in and they can help you out as explained before. There's a tips and tricks section, so if you want to learn more about something in particular, there's that. If you're playing on custom mode, you'll have access to a task list. And these are just a set of goals that the game will task you with completing within a certain time frame. You'll also be able to see what company you've chosen, have access to quarterly reports. There is a stock market in this game, raw materials, industry, transport, construction industries. These are things that you can invest in and hopefully win some money that way. You can also see your company value. You can take out bonds, which pretty much it's a loan, and you can get some money by doing that. There's an R&D section in here too, just like the first game. It goes from left to right. You gain these innovation points every month, and you'll be able to unlock a lot of cool stuff. And I will say, this is a huge tree, especially if you start from the earliest year possible. You're going to be here a while trying to unlock everything there is to unlock. So super kudos to the size of this particular tech tree. This is something that I'll be doing for a long time. There is customization on your trains. You can adjust the paint job. You can make it look aged if you want to. This is just a cool way of immersing yourself if you really want to bother with stuff like that. One of the big changes in this game is that typically in Railway Empire 1, you would assign employees to a train. Here, it's company-wide. You'll be able to, as well, use a cash-out bonus to gain bonuses. It makes them more efficient for a short period of time. As far as building the tracks themselves, it's very reminiscent of the first one in the sense that you put stations down within the radius of the city or the farm, whatever is producing something, and you'll be able to click on the starting rail spot, drag the rail around the map, and of course you can break it off into sections. You can reshape the rail segments as you need to go along with the terrain, but you're just going to connect it to an existing point on another station. And the nice thing about this game is that you don't have to click on a station to upgrade it fully. In yellow, on a station are the buyable station tracks that you can purchase. All you have to do is connect it to a yellow spot, and it will automatically factor that station purchase in with the railway that you're creating. Obviously, it comes with one free rail already, but let's say you want to go 4 rails out from the starting one. It's going to make you buy the second, third, and fourth station segment in order to, get there. Okay, so it's going to factor in that extra cost when you're creating that particular line. Once you have the line down, you'll be able to, create the actual line, program it by clicking on the cities in question in the order that you want, and then you'll assign so many trains to it. You can also create parallel tracks with ease. You just sort of run it alongside the existing railway, and you'll find that you'll need to do that if you've got several trains trying to go between locations. They don't go through each other, they're not invisible or whatever, so you have to create alternate ways. They've done away with signals in this game. Rather, they gave you this change direction tool. You just click on the rail and you sort of can tell what direction you want that particular line to go in. And these signals are automatically set up for you, so no more fiddling with signals like in the first one. Just tell the line which direction you want it to go in, and it'll automatically take care of that for you. You'll also have to put down, various supply towers. You can even put maintenance buildings down in the middle of the tracks if you want to, and that way trains will stop there and refill themselves. Another aspect of this game is a station gridiron. That is another new tool that is available in this game. So if you've got parallel tracks going into a station, you can put down this station gridiron and they will automatically sort of program the trains so that they will switch tracks as needed to avoid running into each other. It's a great way of not having, I don't even have to fiddle with the whole one direction tool. I can just put these gridirons down and the trains will automatically sort of program around each other. Just make sure you put them at the beginning and at the end of each of the stations so that you can make use of them most efficiently. You can also construct station expansions. There's like a maintenance station that you can put in there. You can buy new industries. You can do a lot of cool stuff with this. But mainly you're going to be looking at the supply and demand of the city in question. You're going to decide, okay, do I have enough of this product coming into the city? Do I want to create a new factory for this raw material that's coming in? And it's a lot of money, but it might be very profitable to you. You can also put down other city buildings. There's like museums and libraries and universities. There's even a building dedicated to immigration. And these buildings will sort of buff that particular city, attract more people. It's all good. I mean, again, these are very expensive things. You can even buy out other locations on the map if you want to. So you can have like your own little real estate empire going on while you're doing all of this, and the proceeds will come to you, which is really nice. But like I said, typically what you're going to be doing is just creating lines from one location to the next and just let the money roll in. I just set everything to automatic and I let them just sort of do their own thing. And that leads me to the final thoughts segment. Do I recommend this game? Here's the thing, yes and no. I feel like Railway Empire 2 introduces some quality of life improvements to the game. It's definitely a superior game to the first one, but my question is it different enough to warrant another $50 game? And I have to sadly say no. This game is like, let's say you're brand new to Railway Empire, and you asked me, should I get this game? If you don't own the first one, then yes, absolutely pick up Railway Empire 2. It's better than the first one. You'll have a much nicer time with it. A lot of quality of life improvements that make the game really nice to play. But if you're coming from the first one and you're already familiar with these mechanics, are the little upgrades in quality of life features, is that going to be enough? And again, I gotta say no. It's unfortunate. I wish the developers did more than what they did. I feel like they could have made these changes on Railway Empire 1 rather than create a whole new game and charge $50 for it. It's just, it feels more like a remake than a sequel, if that makes any sense. And that's a shame. And I'm going to sort of go back to what I was saying about the DLC. $18 for 3 different DLC PDFs that, they're in-game guides and scenario guides. I mean, really, $8? I know I'm cheap, okay? I know I'm cheap. But it's unfortunate that we're living in a world now where you're going to pay $8 for a PDF on an end game. I could buy an entire game on Steam for $8. FTL back in the day was what, 10, 15? It's probably under 10 in some situations. Anyway, this is a good game, but I wouldn't recommend an upgrade to it. If it's your first game in the series, then absolutely pick it up. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Take care.